guys, today we're doing an art challenge that I saw on Twitter by Wanda. In this art challenge, you are to do anything in the art genre, which can be drawing your character, drawing you, making cosplay, anything. I'm going to be drawing myself as if I were part of the HEARTSTEEL group. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And feel free to join along with me as I take you through my art process of creating this. So the first thing I did was go ahead and create a mood board to make sure that I still fit the theme and had some ideas that I wanted to go with for my outfit. So I just went on Pinterest and typed in HEARTSTEEL, got a couple photos, pasted those on one side in Paint, and then I searched up tech wear and workwear, which I kind of feel like the style was very tech wear punk for HEARTSTEEL with a lot of black and pops of color here and there. So I wanted to keep that in mind with my mood board, and I had that up on my other monitor that you obviously can't see here, but just to stay on track. So here you'll see me sketching out my pose. I got this reference off of Pinterest as well. I wanted it to be fun but a little dynamic, so I wanted to make sure that it had like some type of foreshortening. So I thought this pose was cool that she kind of had her foot like closer to the camera, which I feel like would give the final picture more depth and just look more fun and full. So normally when designing an outfit, I would kind of get my outfit together first in a very like basic manner, and then I would take that over and do my final picture. But because I kind of wanted to get this video up as soon as possible, I just skipped that whole step and just went in with the final picture and just kind of kept looking at my references and applying that and kind of hoping it'll work. Here you'll see me start to sketch out my curly hair. I was doing them a little bit detailed. I was kind of playing with how I wanted to go about the hair, to be honest, and then I kind of came to realize that it's gonna take me a while and there's no shortcut in drawing curly hair. So I started kind of just making sketchy lines because I'm gonna have to redraw it anyway when I color. And then realized that it was a little flat with the hair just kind of coming down. So I added the lines to kind of go to the right as if there's some type of breeze. I feel like this gives the picture like motion in a sense, so it doesn't just look flat and static. It makes it look more, I don't know, it feels more appealing. Like it's lively, I guess you could say. Also with the shoes, there's a very bad sketch. I kind of didn't know where I wanted to go with the shoes. I didn't know if I wanted to keep them more rounded or turn them in more realistic shoe shape. Wasn't really sure, so I kind of just left them at that. And to be honest, I'm not really great at drawing shoes anyway. So that's an issue I decided I'm going to deal with later when I get there. Now here I'm just going to drop in like my base colors so I can kind of see it all together, kind of figure out what colors I'm working with and where to drop in the bits of gold. I was looking at Cassante's picture here when I designed these like weird arm sleeve thingies. All the outfits have like a trim of gold somewhere along it, so I decided since I'm going with the baggy pants and tight top, I had to find somewhere to put in that gold and pop of color. Cassante has like this purple to pink, yellow ombre type of thing going on, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna use that in mine because I like that better than just having just the gold. So that's what I did for the arms, and then I went in with the selection tool and just kind of selected all the areas that I feel like were gonna be my darks or just in general needed some type of shading to show the direction of where the light source is coming from. I then go in and I kind of blend some. I don't blend all of it because I learned, when you do this and you're blending all your edges and every single edge is soft, the picture, or I should say the art piece, looks really muddy because
realistically, there are going to be sharp shadows and soft shadows, so it's important to try to define what makes a shadow sharp and what makes it soft. This helps a lot when drawing in this type of style. I did have some issues constructing my face. It was more so the nose. I think the way I had done the nose at first, which you'll see now, the angle was wrong. It was almost a little like too upturned. I think it was purely kind of how I had the nostrils kind of sketched out. It threw me off a bit, but I do end up fixing that a little bit later. Yeah, and then I go in and drop the white in for the eyes. I decide that I want my eye base color to be pink. I think it's fun, and I always felt like if I was going to be in a video game, I'm gonna have like a non-natural eye color, because I think it just, I don't know, it's just fun. And this ties in really well with the pink in the sleeves, so I think it fits with the overall look, which you'll also see at the end. It kind of ties it in, because the pink looks a little random, but I added it in a couple other places to bring it all together and make it feel cohesive. Then just fill my lips in with light pinkish, nothing too standouty, but you know, add a little flare to it, because I feel like this skin line, you know, it's got a little bit of flare. It's like cool and simple, but pops of color. I think here I'm just trying to clean up some edges that sharpen my jawline, you know, add the shadow where it needs to be on the face to quickly define like where the light source is coming from, and just putting in shadows in places where it needs to be. Then I'm going in and I'm sketching some gloves. I realized that I'm pretty sure all of them have some type of gloves, so I feel like this needed to be incorporated in my outfit. And since I didn't really do any pre-planning, yeah, I just kind of threw them in there. I don't really know what this fit is, but it appears that I need to have gloves, so she's getting some gloves. And I decided to put this like gold piece on top because it looked kind of boring without anything. And then it'll kind of look like it goes with this arm sleeve piece I got going on here. You know, trying to shade it in to show that like it's not just a flat piece of the glove, that it puffs up, you know, that it's like above it. Trying to give it a little bit of depth. And then I go to the hair and I'm trying to figure out the same thing. Since it's curly, it's kind of hard to it was kind of hard to do the same technique I was using before, where I kind of just go in and select dark areas, because obviously like one whole strand of the curl, there's going to be multiple darks and multiple lights, because it's like, you know, like a spring, or so how I was going to draw it. So I had some trouble trying to figure out how I was going to go about it. I guess I was trying to find shortcuts, but I felt like I was wasting too much time on trying to figure out how to make the process of drawing my curly hair faster. So I just thought, okay, I'm just going to do it the way I would do it. That's probably going to take me a lot longer, which is fine. But, you know, digital art, I feel like has a lot of shortcuts, so you might as well use them to speed up your process. But basically, I kind of shaded where I knew the dark underneath would be, and then over the light areas where I knew the light source was hitting, I just took the dark shade, squiggled like a squiggly line, and then went in with the light color to give the illusion of like the springy, coily look. And then I did the opposite on the dark side, like in the shaded underneath part. This definitely took some time. In my hair, I even have blonde highlights, so it's even more extra detail. That was gonna take me forever. I basically just did a few of like the big curls and then kind of squiggled in behind it. So I found a way to kind of cheat it. I didn't have to draw every single curl, but I did have to put a lot of time into it, because I don't know, I guess maybe I haven't cracked the code, or I don't have any like curly hair brushes. This is just kind of how I draw my curly hair. This is how I like it to look in my art pieces. I thought, since they all have either like a really bright hair color or a cool hair accessory, kind of like what's his name? Set has like the beanie, it's cute, and then the rest of them have like pops of color in their hair. I wanted to make my hair, put like 2 of the yellow rubber bands in there to tie in with the random, or it's not, I'm trying to make it not random, the arm pieces. So I thought if I tie that in with something in the hair, then they don't look too random, because I wasn't gonna really put it in the pants. The pants were so baggy that I didn't really know how I should like put like a trim of yellow in it. I kind of didn't really want to even go there, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna tie this in with the hair. So that's how that is. And oh yeah, so here's where I'm doing the filling in the hair part. This definitely took quite a bit of time, but I'm actually really happy with how it came out. It's really nice. I think it's flowy, it's fun, it looks full, it looks like me. I also did go and add in a few little blonde streaks. I didn't want to get too carried away because it's not that important. And then I decided to add some pink in my hair, just kind of like 2 little strands, and just kind of started at the front and then kind of squiggle them in as if they were wrapped in with the curl, kind of disappear here and there and come out, and then this gave the fun hair. But yeah, and then after I finish up the hair, I just kind of go in and clean it all up. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the video, you should definitely go watch it. You know, Riot always does it up over the top and the best. Their animation is awesome and I really love it. I would have actually watched it in this video with you guys, but I don't really know how copyright works with that, so didn't even go there. Okay, so here I think I'm just tidying up the arm pieces, kind of blending it, adding some shadow to show that the arm is round because it is looking quite flat. They're just little minor things I go through and clean up as I notice them. Now is the part that I have wanted to avoid but can no longer avoid. It is these shoes. These shoes that I have with no plan and no real structure. I just kind of decided to throw on pink on the bottom. I feel like it tied it in a lot more. Kind of looks like those rave shoes that light up on the bottom, you know what I'm saying? But all I know is that I wanted to keep the shoes of a very like running shoe type style, but kind of bulky. But really, I don't know. I needed a reference. I was struggling. I was just kind of trying to make it up as I go. I honestly kind of wanted the pants to cover most of it, so I didn't really have to draw any of it, which was kind of sort of working, but you know, I just went with it, tried to make it happen, and this is what I got. I don't think it looks too bad. I didn't really want to put that much time into it either. I also went in with some brushes that I have that I don't really use and tried to create more texture in the pants. I think I was gonna try and make them look like jeans, but then I realized that they're not really wearing that type of material. I think it's all kind of like leather, pleather type of thing. Yeah. And for the last and final thing that I did was go into the eyes and add a little more detail. I like to add a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of shine, you know. It's the satisfying last piece, so I like to save that for the end. Also, I think a part where my phone is getting too low to record, I did go in and I went with color dodge and went over areas where I wanted my brightest brights to be. I didn't make them like extremely bright. I also threw in a quick background and added some shadow, and then had the final product where I felt like I was done rendering. It's good. I liked it. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video and your time here, don't forget to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing to the new channel. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you want to show me your design in this challenge, I would love to see it. You can tag me on Instagram. And I will see you guys in the next one.